All right, 7th graders, your assignment for today is going to be working off of the 1-point perspective project that we worked on earlier this year. So you're going to use kind of the same ideas that we used. First thing you're going to want to do on your piece of paper is to draw a square shape. Doesn't have to be perfectly square, totally up to you. And then in the very middle, I want you to put your little vanishing point. Okay, so don't forget that that's what the VP is, the vanishing point, okay? From this vanishing point, you're gonna draw all of your lines to the edges of the paper. So I'm gonna go to this corner right here, I'm gonna go to this corner here, this corner, and this corner. So from the vanishing point, you're going to all 4 corners. Then from here, I'm gonna draw a line between these two right here, and then a line between these two, so it's connected. So I'm essentially making a square or a rectangle in the middle, okay? Then from the vanishing point, you're gonna go to the middle of this line right here. So if we took this line and split that in half, we'd get to about right here. You're gonna do that for each side, so you're gonna cut this space in half. Then you're going to take this space right here, here, and here, and cut that in half, which is going to be about here, and go to the vanishing point. So we're going to take those spaces and cut those in half. And they all lead to the vanishing point because it's 1-point perspective. Okay. You can see it's getting a little messy in the middle here, but don't worry. We're going to erase that in a little bit. Okay. So the next thing I want you to do, just so we don't get too confused, is you're going to erase the middle part, but leave the square. So we're going to get rid of this part right here and leave the square. Now with mine, I don't have to worry about how hard I'm pushing down with my pencil because I'm not using a pencil. But with yours, remember, with 1-point perspective, you're going to need to erase at some point, so you want to draw lightly. All right. So from here, I'm now going to draw lines between this point and this point right here. I'm going to draw lines like this that start to get a little bit closer together as they get closer to where that vanishing point was. Because as things get closer to the vanishing point, hopefully you know by now that they get smaller. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And hopefully you can already tell that this is starting to look like a room. Like these are the 2 walls and this is the ceiling. You can leave it like this if you want, or if you want to do more, you can connect these 2 lines together that are right across from each other. You can do that if you'd like, so that it kind of closes in just a little bit more. It's not as spacey or airy. All right. So now you have this area right here that kind of looks like it's a box or a room that's closing in on something. After you're done with that, you can color these spots in if you would like. I'm going to get rid of these areas while I'm erasing this. A lot of people did ask for a joke. So the joke for today is, why do we never tell jokes about pizza? Why do we never tell jokes about pizza? We never tell jokes about pizza because they're too cheesy. All right. So for these squares right here, you can color these in. I'm going to skip that so it's like a checkerboard pattern. And if you notice, I'm doing this really quickly and it's super messy. So I want you to take your time. You have all day to do this. No worries. Okay. So don't color like me. This is terrible. All right. So you could do something like that. You could do black and white if you want, totally up to you. But in the middle, I want you to specifically put something in the middle. So in the middle, I want you to put a person. So this could be a person cut out from a magazine. Please make sure you ask whoever owns that magazine first before you cut it out. It could be a photo of you. or someone else, but please make sure that you have that person's consent to use in your project. Or you could draw a person. So there's a lot of different options here. And the person could actually be a stick figure if you wanted to just do a regular stick figure. So I'm going to make my stick figure kind of look like it's kind of scrunched down, like this room is kind of coming in on itself. And it's stretching up against these borders here that are kind of pushing up against it. Maybe it's got a little sweat coming out. Maybe it's got a little speech bubble. It's like, oh no. Let me erase this so we can really make that effective. There you go. All right, so now you have a 1-point perspective type room looking type thing, and then a person in here to give it a little bit more perspective as well, to actually put a person in here. Okay, and if you wanted to make it look really, really perspective-y, you could, perspective-y is totally a word. It's not, I just made it up. You can add another person over here kind of looking this way at this person, and then you can tell that there's perspective here because I made this person way bigger because they're closer to us. Okay, so for today, 1-point perspective room with a person added to it. All right, awesome. If you have questions, let me know, and I have included some pictures for you to look at. All right, have a good day, everyone. Bye.